Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another stream. And today I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of police rules and regulations that you must follow. So first off, before you even start, you want to go ahead and make yourself available for calls and everything. Then you can start your patrol. And I forgot to set up the joystick. So now, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys what it's like to go in a pursuit. And of course, I don't have anyone else on to do this, so I'm gonna do this by myself then. Okay, so there's a 1080, okay? What the first unit wants to do is he wants to keep call outs until the second unit until there's a second unit. Right as soon as there's a second unit, the second unit will give out locations, postals, and everything like that. So now here comes the tricky part about being on police or the police department. We have a JD, which means there's jurisdiction. If there's a police chase that happens on highway or going on to Highway 55, you have to ask the state troopers if you're allowed to enter your or continue on with the pursuit. Most of the times they say yes, and sometimes they don't respond quick enough to your request. Now when there's a pursuit going on, if the pursuit gets up to high speeds, dangerous speeds, the supervisor is allowed to call off the pursuit if he feels like it's unsafe, and if he feels like if he feels like it's very like unsafe or not very, like not worth it, like. But whenever a supervisor says back off from the pursuit, turn off your lights. You can follow the suspect for a little bit, and then the supervisor can decide, a couple minutes later, we spot the suspect. Do we want to continue chasing the suspect after our supervisor told us to back off? When in a pursuit, when you get out of the pursuit, get back into your jurisdiction as soon as you can. You will probably get in serious trouble if you go out of your jurisdiction, if you know doing some dumb things. Now on a traffic stop here, you make a traffic stop on a suspect who just entered Highway 55 right here. You pull over the suspect right here. Call the state troopers or the sheriff's department to come out and help you. Like, you can give them a ticket and everything, but either call the sheriff's, either call for a state trooper to come help you, or a sheriff's officer to come help you. Because the driver might ask you, why are you out of your jurisdiction? And you can explain to them, I stopped you for speeding and, all this stuff. But when on a traffic stop, make dang sure that your radio is on. What you want to do is you want to say, Highway 55 exit. Oh, dang it. And it tagged out. So whatever your nearest postal is, you want to say that you're on a traffic stop on Highway 55, and whatever the closest postal is to you, so like where I'm at right now, it's either going to be 302 or 311. So we're going to say, gosh dang it, be quiet. You're gonna say that. Okay, so, and I'm gonna teach you guys something very, very, like it's not very smart. It's not very smart to go on the driver's side on a traffic stop on the driver's. You want to go on the passenger side. And also, I forgot to mention, we're just gonna say that it's a you don't have to get into so much detail on the traffic stop about the car, like what the. Usually you have a AOPR on, like right here, and you can go onto it, and you can put down like the plate, or like the color, the model, the plate, everything like that. Now, depending on the server that you're in, you can either ask dispatch to run a plate check. but give dispatch some time. Do not do not rush dispatch. Do not rush dispatch to get the plate check off. And this is your traffic stop, so take as much time as you need. Like, take as much time as you need. Now, one of the mistakes that I've been, I've been keeping up with is spikes. When you're trying to spike a suspect on whatever road you want to do it, if speeds get up above you should never pit or spike a vehicle at high speeds. This will lead into injury and a whole bunch of and lots of problems will happen. Now when you box a suspect in or you spike the suspect, do not rush the person out of the vehicle. Like, take your time. Like, but over the years, in my past, or my experience with like all these servers and everything, I would get so, like, I would go into a screaming argument and a whole bunch of rage, and a whole fight would break out if I saw one of my units spiking or pitting a vehicle at high speeds. Now, for roleplay purposes, if you crash, like, if you flip your car over, you're gonna have to RP that. If you hit something hard, or whatever, on the, if you don't have a wraparound push bar or anything like that on your vehicle or on your car, and you hit like something, you're gonna have to call a supervisor down to your location to make a crash report. On a crash report, don't ever lie on your on the crash report. Now, I'm not gonna do any of the, like, what it takes to become, like a officer or a cop or something like that, because, I'm not going to, because it depends on the servers that you're on. Now, police, you have multiple jurisdictions where you can't cross. You can't enter here, not unless there's a pursuit. And you also can't come past here. And there's someplace else where you can't cross at. And you can't enter High Rock Park or anything like that. Or you can't go to the farms. You can't go down to the housing suburbs. But if your jurisdiction is right here, and you come past here, or you come to this spot right here, or if you come to this spot right here, then it's fine. Get back out, or get back into where you're supposed to be. Now for now for sheriffs and everything, they have the county. They are county wide. They cover Springfield here. They cover the farms, housing suburbs, and sometimes around here sometimes, and in the city. Now, the sheriffs can make traffic stops wherever they want to. Like, well, except for like unsafe places and everything. But now for game warden. Hold up, I don't remember what. Now for game warden or park ranger, you have you have a couple of, or you don't have a you have a whole bunch of responsibilities to do. Like you go up to High Rock Park, you patrol on the dirt roads, the farms, and everything like that. But also, sometimes if there's a traffic stop near High Rock Park and there's no other unit available to come down to help you on the traffic stop, and you're the closest unit to go to the request 1032s, you can go to it. Well, we have a whole bunch of regulations here, okay? We get the farms. We get this area. All of these lakes are ours. As a game wardens, okay? If someone is like fishing in here, say that there's someone fishing right here. You can stop them they have to have a fishing license. That's for sure. But the park rangers is probably going to be based out of the sheriff's office. Now there is a watchtower near at High Rock Park somewhere. I'm not very good at finding locations. You can park your vehicle up at the spot. Let me show you. And I just hit the song. And I also forgot to grab my 4-wheeler or my Ranger or something. Park rangers have a little bit. They have a little bit of a like. Because in most states, you're not allowed to like hunt like these specific animals until it's like time to hunt like deer or birds or turkeys or whatever, like. Yeah, my friend made this. Usually if there is more than like 2, there's probably gonna have to be more than 1 park ranger on, because the problem is one of you guys can be up at the watchtower. Let me go up there real quick. That's why you have binoculars and a radar gun and everything like that. But you don't want to hide out and run radar, in High Rock Park. You know, you don't want to just like sit there and be lazy, If people come in to, like camp or, like come, like off-roading or whatever, you can stop them, or they're gonna have to have a license to be able to like drive those ATVs around and everything like that. But usually sometimes, most of the times, nope, never mind. Never mind. This is not the correct spot. Most of the times, we go up there and we watch what's going on. Yeah, yes, there's a bed in here, whatever. And also one of the things that I've learned, that your vehicle is gonna get that your vehicle is gonna get dirty. Now, if you need gas, don't go. If you're constantly going to get like snacks or like gas in Springfield or whatever, don't be constantly getting a car wash or getting your vehicle cleaned. Like it's not gonna make any difference if you clean it, it's gonna get dirty really fast. Now we usually just spot down this area and all around. Now the hard part is getting down from this. Yep, right there. Your vehicle is gonna get dirty, and that's fine. Usually during the nighttime, you usually want to have spotlights, because if they're that's usually what they have. And some departments for game warden, they don't have side runners. They don't use side runners, so they use just whatever light bar whatever light bar is available. Now, as park ranger or game warden, you might as well just get a spotlight. If you don't have a spotlight, then your job is gonna be a nightmare. During the nighttime, you might as well just have your spotlight on, because if there's someone hunting, like hunting or whatever, or you're trying to like, let me change the time real quick. Yeah, let me change the time. You might as well just have your spotlight on, because it's. And yes, I'm gonna show you guys what to do. I'm gonna go down to the fishing dock real quick so I can teach you guys some stuff. Just because you're law enforcement or whatever doesn't mean you have to use your ELS to run stoplights and get away with and try to get away with anything you want to. Now, if you get now if someone hits you from the back, whatever, you're gonna have to call a 1071, which you guys need to study those codes. Oh my gosh, I can't even try. You guys are gonna have to learn police codes, one way or another. "1071 is the supervisor. And so if you're okay, here's a spot. Here's a spot right here. I don't think you can get it off. No, you can't. Usually I just do this anyway, so it just to see. But most of the time, you probably want to you probably want to aim your spotlight out. Let me go to the driver's spotlight. Let me go to the driver's thing. Let me go to the driver's spotlight. Because if there's something happening, you know, like in the water or something, or if you feel like there's something, you know, I can't say it because it's gonna be TOS. You can have your spotlight on, like most of the time, like even on traffic stops, have your spotlight on. Aim it right at their plate or their car. Now, usually on traffic stops, you know, usually departments have park patterns. On these stage 3 lights, these lights are really, really fast. So if you have park patterns, you can either use stage 2 or stage 1, or well, it depends on the stages. I either use stage 2 for my traffic stops, or I use my park patterns. Most of the time on traffic stops, you know, at night, the lights are gonna get so boring and so bright, you know, like so like boring, you know. So usually they have like a slower pattern, just like the stage 3 pattern. Now, when you get a call or whatever, you can either use your stage 1 lights or your park patterns. Let me show you guys. This real quick. I'm gonna have to change cars in a second. So, state troopers go anywhere except for High Rock Park. I know that for a fact. You get a so say you get a 911 call here. You go up to the door and you ask the person, you know, can we talk outside or whatever, you know. These park patterns are gonna get so boring so fast. Like they're gonna be like so bright, and they're not gonna, and you will probably get tired of just watching the same patterns go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you might as well just have your either stage 1 lights on. Well, because stage 1, you know, stage 1 is like this. And this won't get boring. Like sometimes it does, but at least it's not doing the 1,000 times speed and the 500 times speed. You know, it's as you can see, the ERLC is like flashing. It's flashing. Yes, I did make these by myself. So. Now for state troopers, you guys probably already know what to do. Just protect the state and make sure that there's no bad things happening. I will start the EMS and fire episode